Hey, what's up, guys? L up here on set. Real quick, I want to show you what it is for me, workflow wise, the creative idea feature that's included in the machine. I love this feature. At first, it was something that I couldn't grasp a hold of at first, but when you put the machine jam and the MK3 together, it just made life even more easier. It just speed up the workflow, and I began to fall in love with this because what I used to do was create scene by scene, but now with the creative idea concept, this is totally faster. So here's my track. And so now I have different ideas, and I'm just switching between them, right? So basically what you need to do is switch between the scene, which is the machine's song mode. So it's shift scene, and you can shift between song mode and the creative idea here. So the concept is to append your scene to or your creative ideas, just print them down into the scene mode or the song mode. So that's the whole idea here. So right now I have, this is my first one here, and I'm gonna shift back to the scene and find, because actually I want this to be the first one. So scene 5 is also a great idea to label everything, but for the time being, we're going to go ahead and hit the append button here, and we're going to append 5 in here. The cool thing about this is I can shift things around. So if I wanted this or pad 2 or scene 5 to be shifted around in song mode, all I have to do is go here to where it says section or position, and it's going to display the number or the position that it's at, and then I can just move this back. So now I'm hit play start or restart, and you want to make sure that your loop is off, right? Otherwise it will just loop that scene over and over. So now it's acting as a DAW. It's just playing through. Before that wasn't the case. So Native Instruments did a lot of changes where they making it more user friendly, workflow friendly. So let's pick another creative. So scene 9 seems to be the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and append that. And if you know where everything is, you can just press on the pad as they are and create your song really quick that way. That's another way of doing that. But in this case, I have a bunch of scenes that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth, right? So I need to remind myself where everything is. But again, when you go in and you create these scenes, you can make them different in regard to the instrumentation that you have. So when you create a scene or a new creative idea, then you want to make sure that when you do that, you have the unique button pressed in, because when you start deleting kick, snare, and that type of thing for another creative idea, you want to make sure that you're not overwriting the current pattern that's attached to that current scene. So say for instance, I like this scene and I want to duplicate it. By default, mine is set up where it automatically makes it unique. So it creates another pattern. As you can see, I have a pattern. All of my patterns reflect the different scenes that I create. And then I can go in and erase and add and that type of thing. But on my one mistake I made, which is on my MacBook Pro, is that I don't have that automatically, so I end up losing work because I'm thinking that I'm making a different a different pattern, and just kind of going, and then I end up deleting everything. So you guys want to make sure that if there's an option, if there's a unique button that pops up, make sure you hit that unique, because that's what create another pattern for all groups. So you don't have to go to a pattern individually and create a new or unique pattern. Okay, we're gonna pin this scene 4, and we're gonna listen back here. Let's listen back to that. So each scene is doing something different. And I have the second scene doing the same thing, but it's a different scene. So now let's introduce the bass and everything else. And straight from this mode, you can always hit the duplicate button, and there's another scene immediately. And again, the same thing applies here as well. There's going to be the unique button. So either way, whichever way you choose to work from, the scene, like the regular scene and the creative idea scene, trust me, it's a little bit confusing at first, but once you get in, you practice, and you get into it, it'll come natural like it did for me. Again, my name is Kevin Ellup from ksound.com. Remember, music is art. You're the artist. Paint your picture. Guys, stay creative.